Beto O'Rourke was in Houston Thursday just before leaving the campaign trail after getting sick. Sunday, in a pre-recorded interview, the Democrat gubernatorial candidate was on TV in 3 of the Lone Star State's top TV markets.
And this is Texas, the issue is.
This week, we're focusing in on the race for Texas governor.
O'Rourke, in this exclusive interview, made a bold declaration in response to this question from Fox 4's Stephen Dial.
Do you think the abortion issue is something that's going to draw people over to the Democrat side and say, hey, I firmly am strong about this, and so I'm going to vote against Abbott because of abortion?
This is essentially a referendum on whether we're going to go back literally half a century or whether this state is going to move forward.
In making that statement, O'Rourke noted 2 female lawyers from Texas brought about Roe v. Wade. Sunday night, he predicted Texas women will be his swing vote in 2022.
And they will be Republicans, they'll be independents, they'll be Democrats alike, they'll be folks who never voted in an election before because they didn't think it mattered. And they know that in this one, literally their lives are on the line. They'll be coming out.
He is correct. Lives are at stake. He's wrong. The lives that are at stake are the hundreds of thousands of babies.
Monday, former Texas GOP Chairman James Dickey told me O'Rourke is misleading voters.
A lot of angry people out there, and O'Rourke needs to keep them from talking about the things they're actually angry about. They're angry about the insanity and the misleading and the terrible failure to lead from Washington on the economy, on gasoline, on the border, on all sorts of things that have very much day-to-day impact on Texans. And so he's got to come up with any shiny object he can.
O'Rourke also talked about the border and if he would continue Operation Lone Star.
I would end the involuntary activation of these members of the Guard. I think there's still a role for those who volunteer to serve in a complementary capacity, along with Border Patrol, along with some contingent of DPS state troopers.
It would be terrible. I mean, just ask the mayor of New York, who talked about how out of control it was. He was having to deal with a few thousand illegal immigrants that had gotten bussed up there from here.
O'Rourke pitched the idea for a Texas guest worker program, but Dickey pointed out the federal government has failed to do that, even with Democrats in charge.
They have the presidency and the House and the Senate. If they wanted to pass immigration reform, they could have done it, and they haven't.